Okay, so here's your first virtual lab. In this lab, basically you're going to find the density 3 different ways, and you're going to compare them to the percent errors that you pick. So, density is a physical intensive property, and it is used to identify a substance. So each substance, as you can see at the table at the bottom right here, all those substances all have different densities, okay? And so your job is you're going to do an experiment, and you're going to see how close you can get to this actual density. Now, since it's virtual, you're going to see how close I got to the actual density. I did do a few errors just so that way it won't be 100%. There'll actually be some room for error. So, procedure. In part 1, there are 3 liquids: acetic acid, vegetable oil, and isopropyl alcohol. You're going to watch the video, and then you're just going to pick one of the substances. Do not do all 3. You can just pick one. And with that one, you're going to, so let's say hypothetically I picked isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to do what it says in part 1 here, and calculating for the density. And so you're going to watch the video and see if I did it correctly. And then you're going to do the percent error, and you're going to use the theoretical value, which is right here, 0.79 grams per milliliter, because that's the actual density. And you're going to compare it to the experiment that I did for this one. Okay? And then you're going to put that information in the data table. You can either take a picture of it, or you can, that's pretty much all you can do, take a picture of it. So for this part, wherever the question is, you're just going to submit a picture of your work, and then I'll grade your work. In part 2, on this one, I have a metal block, and so there's 3 different metal blocks: copper, aluminum, and brass, and I give you some information. Make sure you read the procedure, and then you're going to do the same thing, calculate the percent error, because I give you the actual, or the theoretical values right here. And then for the last one, I get a graduated cylinder and I submerge it into a liquid. Watch the video and see how I do that. And then you're going to give me the information here. How you set up that data is up to you. So be as cautious as possible and make sure you put as much information as you can onto there. It's better to put more information than not enough information. And make sure it's labeled correctly. I don't want to look at your paper and me have to look to see which substance you have. I want it to be clear and concise. And then you have 2 conclusion questions that you can go over, and then that's it. That's the end of the lab. And then there's going to be a few questions later about classifying matter, and those are just some simple ones. And that's all.